right. Hello again, Wednesday, number 21. Hello again, Wednesday. This is kind of a special Wednesday. It's coming up into that. We're in that Easter week, coming up to Monday, Thursday, stuff like that. Good Friday services, Easter services, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that down the road. But today is Hello Again Wednesday, number 21. And so with that, I want to talk about spring break. When my dad was in the military back in, it would have been 78, where we were in Georgia for a year and a half, or maybe 77, 78 in that area. And in Georgia, you didn't get off for spring break. You got off for the Masters. And I don't know if that still happens nowadays, because now spring breaks are all over the place, but it was for the Masters is when we got off, when we were in Georgia for that springtime events and stuff. And so with spring break, though, it is always a time to entertain the kids. They're off school, they're on spring break, they're on the Masters, whatever, they're on spring break, and we have to entertain the kids. And so what takes place with entertaining kids, we begin to prepare for within that spring break, especially when it's so close to Easter, we begin to prepare for making colored Easter eggs, filling Easter eggs, having a Easter egg hunt. A lot of times they are in the communities all over the place. A lot of times, churches will sponsor a Easter egg hunt and just have a great time during that time frame of Easter egg hunting during spring break. A lot of times with spring break, obviously, the best thing is Easter itself when it falls within that spring break area. Easter is so cool. Yay. But today I'm talking about spring break versus vacation. Spring break. My grandkids are on spring break right now. And what takes place, I think, when I think of spring break, especially with the grandkids, is throughout the school year, there's two breaks they really like. They like that winter break, that Christmas break, that goes from Christmas time to, well, everyone likes their Thanksgiving break. That's short. That's like the teaser. Then you have this Christmas break, which is sometimes really long, but it has Christmas and New Year's, and they like that break. But man, when you get to that spring break, you have worked through school so hard for so long to get to that spring break, which is so close to the end of the school year coming up then, but they're getting on that spring break that they work so hard for. During spring break, possibly, maybe, I'm not going to say for all kids, but usually on spring, or I'm saying usually, but maybe on spring break, there's not even a thought to school. I'm on break. I'm going to play my games. I'm going to go outside. It is knockout gorgeous. Here in Southern California, it is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. The pool is crystal clear right now. It's cold, but it is ready for that hot sunshine that is out there right now. And so you don't even think of school. You think of all these other activities that you want to do during your spring break. I thought a little deeper with it. Maybe during spring break, maybe even the teachers really, really love spring break. For us adults, that's not so much of a spring break. It is, but it isn't. But it's more like spring break versus vacation. We, as adults, we work so hard, just like those kids in school, we work so hard to save so much money to go on vacation. That vacation might even be during spring break. I mean, think about it. Hey, kids, we're going on spring break. And on spring break, we're going to go to Disney World. Or, hey, kids, we're going on vacation during spring break, and we're going to Disney World. Disneyland's closed right now. they're manipulating and trying to figure things out here in Southern California. But I do believe Disney World is open during this spring break. When Connie and I were first married many years ago, some of the things that we would do is on spring break, especially with our kids in the school system as a group, we would make our vacation time be during spring break down in Florida. And we went to Disney World and stuff like that. But for the most part of the times, we would go down because her parents actually, they were those snowbirds down in Lake Wales, Florida. And so we would go down there and do our spring break at their little campground that they have down there. In fact, I have seen that Lake Wales is on doing live streams on Facebook. And so it just brought that back to my memory of those times of spring breaking or vacationing during the perfect temperature time in Florida. I have friends in Florida right now, and I'm gonna say the perfect temperature time is that springtime where it's those hot 70s, but not too humid yet or anything like that. And that's what we would do for our vacations and our spring breaks during that time. Funny thing about vacation and spring break, though, especially as an adult, I'll say this: all that work, all that money, and it seems when we return home, we are, and I have notes, all exclamation point, exhausted. We're exhausted, and we need, you guessed it, a couple of days off, or we would even say, I need a vacation from taking my vacation to recuperate from my vacation. So what are you guys doing this spring break? What are you doing this time of year during where kids are having spring break or schools are off, or if I may, during this Easter season right now? What are you doing? I encourage you to check out a church near you. One maybe even having communion or a foot washing service on Thursday, on a Maundy Thursday service. Just kind of emphasizing that what would be that the Last Supper that Jesus had before he went to the garden to pray. And in that time frame, there a lot of times for us as a church, we remember that with communion and a foot washing service on Thursday. It has made this is the second Easter in a row where it's been very difficult with restrictions, but there are some churches that are doing that. So check out a church. You might be even if you don't do it, you can do the communion. If you don't want to do the foot washing, I always encourage you, check out something like that. It is very it's a good service to participate in and check out. Or obviously, besides Thursday, there is a Good Friday service usually that takes place. I know there are Good Friday services streaming this year and stuff like that. Go ahead and check that out. Many years ago, it would be at noon. A lot of places just shut down for a few hours so that people could participate in a Good Friday service. Maybe this coming Saturday, maybe as I was talking about Easter egg hunts, maybe that's you. Maybe you're going to take some kids and hook up, see if a church near you or some sort of community service near you is doing an Easter egg hunt. Go and have some fun. I'm sure that they'll do everything possible to keep things healthy. So go ahead and check it out. Have fun with your kids. Have fun with your grandkids. Make this Easter week a very memorable week of your spring break time or your vacation time or your Easter time. And then, of course, always check out a church for an Easter service. I do know of one that is actually, we kind of laughed about it a little bit because it's the chill of the morning here in Southern California, but they are going to do an Easter sunrise service. And but they're going to do it inside because it's kind of cold outside early in the morning. And so they're going to do it inside. But man, they're doing a sunrise service, which reminded me of my kids call it the Green Church. They're adults now, but they call it the Green Church, which is First United Church of God. They're on Searles Avenue. And I can remember we called them bone chairs. They were the super hard plastic chairs where My dad would have me and my brother Trent. We'd go there early and we'd set up a table, and we would help with others to set up those chairs. And they were cold, bone cold in that morning hours of a sunrise service that we would attend there in Rockford, Illinois. But I would just encourage you to check out, see if there's a sunrise service, or visit a church for a Easter service. And if you can't do any of that, make sure you check out via Zoom or via online. Our church, Culver City Church of God, we'll stream our Easter service 10:45 Pacific time. We'll be doing that this weekend as usual with our services, but go ahead and check out a service near you. In just a few minutes, our Bible study is going to start. I'm so far behind. I'm doing some things and I am just behind. And so trying to do some catch up, and hopefully all will be well. But hey, I will be in Bible study 4 p.m. Pacific time. I do believe we are Zooming it. I can get you a link. I will do my best to get you that link. Hook up. Hey, happy spring break, or happy Easter, everyone. And I will see you next Wednesday.